has a story. How you tell it is up to you. Pier 1. Life more interesting.
At its peak, Pier 1 Imports had over 1,000 stores across North America and was one of the most recognizable home decor brands in the country. But by 2020, every single store was gone. So what happened? This is the rise, fall, and attempted comeback of Pier 1 Imports. The story begins in 1962 in San Mateo, California. A small import shop, backed by Charles Tandy and Luther Henderson, opened as part of the Coast Plus import chain. But by 1966, the business rebranded to Pier 1 Imports and moved its headquarters to Fort Worth, Texas, alongside another Tandy company you might recognize, Radio Shack. Pier 1 quickly stood out. Instead of traditional furniture, it sold globally inspired goods, from beanbag chairs and incense to handmade decor from around the world. It wasn't just shopping, it was an experience. The growth was explosive. Pier 1 went public in 1970 and joined the New York Stock Exchange just 2 years later under the ticket PIR. By then, it had 123 stores, and sales were doubling year after year. By 1979, a single store in Michigan hit $1 million in annual sales, a huge milestone at the time. And by 1985, Pier 1 had grown to 265 stores with ambitions to double again. The brand even expanded internationally, opening locations in Europe, Australia, and Japan. Through the 80s and 90s, Pier 1 became a staple of American malls, known for its unique, imported style you couldn't find anywhere else. As the new millennium arrived, Pier 1 adapted again. They launched their website, leaned into branding campaigns, and even brought in celebrity spokesperson Kirstie Alley. By 2012, their 50th anniversary, the company was still going strong, pulling in hundreds of millions in sales. But behind the scenes, cracks were starting to show. Retail was changing fast. Online giants like Amazon and competitors like Target and IKEA were offering cheaper, faster alternatives. Pier 1 struggled to keep up. Leadership turnover didn't help, with multiple CEOs changes between 2017 and 2019. By early 2020, the company announced it would close up to 450 stores. Then came a devastating blow. On February 17, 2020, Pier 1 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Just months later, the company announced it would liquidate all stores, due in large part to the COVID-19 pandemic and the inability to find a buyer. By October 2020, every single Pier 1 location was gone. But the story didn't end there. In June 2020, a company called Retail E-commerce Ventures bought Pier 1 for $31 million. Their plan? Bring back the brand as an online-only retailer. By the end of the year, Pier 1 officially relaunched as a digital store, with operations based in Dallas. But even that comeback hasn't been easy. In 2023, Retail E-commerce Ventures hinted it might face bankruptcy itself, raising questions about Pier 1's long-term future. From a single store in California to a nationwide retail giant to disappearing almost overnight, Pier 1 Imports is a reminder that even the biggest brands aren't immune to change.